show you the most essential skill to logo animations. So we already have our logo here, and we will start by tracing our logo. So press G to grab the pen tool, and let's start tracing the outline of our logo like this. There you go. Now close it. Or you can just not, I recommend you to not close the mask, so this will be easier. Okay, so we already have our mask here, and we have to add the effect stroke like this, and we're going to select all mask. Now decrease spacing to 0. We don't need this spacing. And here in paint style, select reveal original image. Now if you increase the brush size, you will see it will start revealing your logo. So we increase this until we can see our logo fully revealed. You can also adjust here a little bit the mask. There we go. And now let's animate this stroke. So go here to end and make a keyframe. First, let's set this to 0. Go to the end and increase it to 100%. And now we already have this animation. So for now this animation is kinda choppy, so we have to press U to see all the keyframes, and let's select both keyframes and press F9 to easy them. Now grab the last keyframe, go to the graph editor, make sure you are here in the speed graph, and select this and move it a little bit to 100%. You can also move by a little this one too. So we have this animation now. And if we try to make a motion blur by enabling here the motion blur, you will see nothing happens. So if you want motion blur, you have to add the effect CC Force Motion Blur. There you go. Now you can see there we have motion blur. You can see here like some layers. If you don't want to see those layers, you have to increase here the amount of samples, but it will take more time to render, so keep in mind that. If you want even more motion blur, you have to increase this shutter angle. So if we put here, I don't know, 400, you will see there is like more motion blur. I leave it like it was before. And to make this effect even smoother, I'm gonna add the effect roughen edges. Place this effect above the force motion blur. And first, we are going to decrease the fractal influence to 0, so it doesn't have any kind of distortion. Now increase the border by lots. Oh, that's too much. Until you see your logo like syncing like this. And make a keyframe. Also increase the edge sharpness until you see the borders are not too blurry. Something like this is fine for me, and make a keyframe for edge sharpness too. Press U to see those keyframes, grab them and move it to the beginning. Go here to the end and change edge sharpness to 1 and border to 0. Now assist them, grab the two keyframes at the end, go to the graph editor and move this handle to 100%. Now let's see. And we have this. So I recommend you to grab these keyframes at the end of roughen edges and move it a little forward, like this. So it takes more time to recover. And we have this. Okay, so now we have to animate the font at the center. So for now, let me close this. For now, we are going to hide this effect by clicking here, hide the stroke effect. And let's mask out this font. So you have to trace it with the pen tool. Press G and start tracing like this. You don't have to close this mask. And now let's see how it's animated. Oh, sorry. Enable again the stroke effect. And now let's see. Okay, and now we have this. So that could be the animation done, but if you want, you can also make one layer for each element. So if I want this font to be in another layer, we have to duplicate this layer with Ctrl D. And in this layer, let's call this WhatsApp circle. Go to the mask with M and delete the mask of the phone. This is the mask 2, so delete it. And go to the other layer. Let's call this WhatsApp phone. Go to the mask and delete the first mask. So now you can move these keyframes as you want. Let's see now. I'm gonna offset this to be more like in the end. And there you have it. So that's all for today's tutorial. That's basically the most essential skill everyone should know to make logo animations. It's used really often by doing these logo animations. So that's all for today. You can download this project file in the description down below, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.